Check, check, check. We are back. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Malan Darras, and this is a new video for you. Today I wanted to talk about, I wanted to go over some of the comments that I've gotten recently. Because there have been a lot of comments recently, especially because I did a video about Motley Crue and someone else. Mariah Carey. And so a lot more people viewed those videos, and I got a lot of crazy comments and stuff. So I want to go over some of that today and just say what's up. It's Saturday. I've got the old morning coffee hat back on, the morning coffee glasses, and a white t-shirt for everyone that remembers. So this is gonna be the comments day. This is gonna be the comments day. Let's read some comments today. And for the record, if anyone's watching this that knows me from my music life, yes, I'm kidding around when I do this stuff. So let's just read some comments and piss the whole day away. Let's read some comments today. Ooh, there we are. That's your Saturday morning music from old Malan D. Here we go. I'm going to pull up the comments from recent videos. I've responded to a lot of these, but I wanted to go ahead and read some of these because some of them are great. What's also interesting is on this channel, sometimes I get visits from people that I used to know when I was 20. And here's one from my friend Liz. She says, she's talking about on the Motley Crue video. She says, KLUV here used to be the oldies station, and now it's 80s hits. The 80s were 40 years ago. Wow. And that is so true, Liz, man. It freaks me out. In fact, I remember it dawning on me one day when I was listening to a classic rock station. Classic rock, I think, is anything over 25 years old, maybe. And in my youth, it was classic rock would have been the Beatles, Cream, Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, stuff like that. Leonard Skinner, maybe even. And now you can, like one day I heard Led Zeppelin stop and Pearl Jam started. And I went, oh my God. What has happened? Where did the time go? How is Pearl Jam classic rock? And I also remember a funny story, Liz. I was dating a girl who was much younger than me by maybe 15 years, and we were driving in the car one morning. This is probably 10 years ago. And Led Zeppelin was on. I was listening to a classic rock station, and she said, who's this? And it was a very famous song like rock and roll. You know, been a long time since I rock and roll. I said, it's Zeppelin. And she goes, oh, yeah, I've heard of them. I said, heard of them? I said, do you not, I said, do you listen to classic rock? And she goes, well, my dad used to listen to that stuff. And I said, well, do you listen to classic rock at all? And she goes, yeah. Like, I listen to Pearl Jam. And I remember I just kind of went, oh my God. Like, it's happened. The turnaround has happened. And we are here. And yes, 1980 was 42 years ago. It's unbelievable. It's a lifetime. Unbelievable. But I will tell you this. I was very young. I was very young in the 80s. I hit my teens, I believe. Where would I have been? My rock and roll lifestyle began when I was probably 13, maybe 11. I joined my first band. And then 15, I was like a full-time hard rock frontman for a hard rock band playing clubs and stuff. While in high school, and I basically dropped out of high school because I was playing clubs at night and hanging out with girls who were 25 and I was 15. And I was having the time of my life. Then I'd have to go to school the next day with no sleep, total hangover, no shower, and I would roll into class and fall asleep. That was a long time ago, and yes, so I'm with you, Liz, 40 years ago. 1980 was 40 years ago. It's crazy. A great thing that I remember hearing, and I'll end with this one on this topic, was when it turned 2020, someone said, 1980 is as far back now in 2020 as 1940 was in 1980. So I thought of myself in 1980, thinking about how people in 1980 would think about people in 1940. They were like Cro-Magnons. They were cave people. There was no technology. There was, we're talking about like those old Model T cars. I don't know the exact timeline, but it was a different world in 1940. So kids now who are 10, 11 years old right now, they look at 1980 like the olden days. It's so funny. And what's funny is every generation thinks like we're the new generation. We're going to change everything. We're going to and then in 20 years from now, they'll just be old people and their kids will be like, your generation sucked. You guys ruined the world and, all this kind of stuff. So if you think you're the hot shit right now, you're the new generation, wait 20 years. You're going to be the old people that no one understands anymore. And the world will change and you won't recognize it. So here's a cool one. This is from someone named Covert20. Never seen it before. Has a dog as the profile picture. Thank you for the comment. And it's on the Cowboy in the Sunshine album. And this is why I like putting out music myself these days. So I've been asked before, like, why do you even do it? Are you trying to make it? Do you want to be famous for music? Do you need the money? Like, if not, why even put the albums out? And it's just because it's what I do. It's what I love to do. In the decade or so that I didn't release music or play, I felt miserable. My life went really well. I made a lot of money, got healthy, got sober, got in shape, blah, blah, blah. Moved to Hollywood. But internally, I was very unsatisfied. And then I started making music again, and that comes with its own struggles because when I get into music, I kind of get into self-destruction. It just kind of goes there. And so I'm trying to find the balance right now of living a good, healthy lifestyle and understanding how far I've come, but also spending time in this other headspace of music and darkness and destruction and rock and roll and everything, and how to balance it all. That's like where I'm at in my life. But anyway, so Covert20 said, enjoy the music very much. Going to revisit the album again. Thanks and well done. This is what I love. I don't know this person. I don't know where they live. I don't know what country they're in. I didn't ask them to come watch the video. Someone just found it. And maybe that's the reason I still make music. Maybe, let's say I got hit by a truck tomorrow. Well, I've got 2 or 3 albums out now that I've put out in the last 3 years that I can leave behind. It's like a painter painting paintings. Painter painting paintings. That's a username. And like maybe no one's viewing their art or paying for their art right now, but what if they get hit by a truck and 20 years from now their stuff becomes collectible? Now they don't get to make the money and enjoy it, but their art lives on. And so maybe that's why I release music still. Either way, thank you for the comment, Covert20. Enjoyed the music very much. Going to revisit the album again. Thanks and well done. I really like that album. I listened to it all the way through once every couple of months, and I haven't gotten sick of it yet. Now here's a really funny one. We'll only do a few more. And this one's on the Motley Crue video. So this one gets pretty divisive because what happened was we basically got the general public in. And there's someone named Michael Salazar, and I swear I recognize that name, but I can't place it. And he says they should be in the Hall of Fame. They still have it, right? So he's into it. Then right under him is a guy named Dale Hartford. And he says the problem with Motley Crue is they all hate each other, and it shows. Def Leppard, Poison, all still are buddies. Motley Crue would not be in the same room at the same time unless they were getting paid. That's what's fucked up about Motley Crue. And while I agree with you, and here's another one, Bob Abui, which is a brilliant username. It's Bob Abui, which is Gary Delabate from the Howard Stern Show's nickname. Bob, first name, last name, Abui. I love it. Bob Abui. Bob Abui. He says, where has this guy been? Ha ha, that band lost their passion 20 years ago, dude. Another one, Wired All Wrong, says, no, sadly, they need to retire. Their slot on the stadium tour is a cash grab. It's pathetic, really. Vince can no longer sing. Mars looks dead. Nikki Sixx looks bored. Now, look, I will agree with those 3 comments. And there were a bunch. There's like 60 comments on that video, and it's a back and forth, split about even. And I agree with you guys on some of this stuff. Maybe they don't have the same passion they had 20-something years ago or 40 years ago. Maybe Vince isn't singing great. Maybe Mick Mars does look bad, and maybe Nikki Sixx is bored. And maybe they all hate each other and it's a big cash grab. But who cares? For me, I've learned how to look past the live performance because rock and roll is rock and roll is a different animal. Like for me, the perfection, the things that make a rock and roll show great are the imperfections. Like I like going to shows where the singer, instead of singing perfectly, slices himself up with razor blades or breaks a bottle over his head. or pisses in a wine bottle and hands it out to the crowd and they all drink it. Like, to me, that's a great show. It doesn't matter if the guitar was in tune. It doesn't matter if the band are best friends. None of that matters. To me, Motley Crue, still to this day, seeing them play, and I've watched a couple of those live shows now, there's just some sort of strange magic about it. And they brainwashed me and warped my life when I was a kid, maybe 10 or 11. I went to see them in concert and it just changed me. And so maybe I have the benefit of being able to take that experience and combine it with this one and have my current experience. Or maybe I'm just a fan, or maybe you guys are just negative people looking at the negative aspect of everything. And if that's the case, I can't help you. But I agree with all of you guys. It's amazing to see them playing. For some of us, it does our hearts very well to see those four guys together. And for others, it's a big fat disappointment, literally. And there's a ton of these, so I'm going to have to scroll through all of the Motley Crue stuff. And it just goes on and on and on. I might not be able to get through it. Okay, here's one. Now, this is funny. This is a very common comment that I get on this channel. I used to do morning coffee every day. I think we did about 60 videos. And people say that they miss those. And then after doing that, I came back and I did a video called, Well, Hello There. And it was the first video in about a year, maybe 8 months, something. And I did a throwback to a type of video I used to do at the Hollywood apartment, which is what this setup is. It's kind of different background, I'm living in a different area. But the microphone's in the same place, the camera's about in the same place. And so I posted one of these throwback videos, and his comment was, I missed these. And while I get it, it also, for me as the person creating the stuff, it makes me go like, how could you miss them if I just made one? And so I think I took that wrong the first time I saw the comment, because now that I read it, I see it's just someone saying, oh man, I miss when you used to do these all the time. I got it. I think I had that one wrong. So I take it all back. I'm reading some of these Mariah Carey comments, and I'm pretty sure that some of them are insane. So I won't even get into those, because some of the general public comments are just insane. So let's see if I can find one more that I can talk about that's actually relevant. Okay, 6. Yeah, here's one. Here's my favorite one by a user named Wolfza. It says, shut up. It's her song. That's the whole comment. Then we have Magdalena L., who's been around for a long time, and she says, I moved from LA to Eastern Europe 2 months ago just to get away from this song, the Mariah Carey Christmas song. I better not hear it or I'm going to mess someone's house up. I love it. She got a comment that says, feels good, doesn't it? I said, sure does, it sure does. So they got out, she left the country. I doubt that's the real reason. And then you get stuff, well, I won't even get into it. Some of these are just too mentally ill for me to even get into. But anyway, there's a section of comments that I can get into and respond to. Here's one from Tammy, our friend that we met during the morning coffee days. We'll close with this one. It's the same video called Well, Hello There, where I was just kind of rambling about music marketing madness. And she's got a great energy. She says, man, it's so good to see you. Don't stay gone so long. I'm still enjoying Cowboy in the Sunshine very much. I hope you'll visit us more often. This made my day. See you in the future. See, she knows the tagline. She knows the whole thing, and she's a positive person. And that's the thing, like when you read the comments on your Twitter or your Facebook or your YouTube channel, I don't really get crazy about it. I used to let it bother me until I think I remember hearing from someone, a friend of mine said, the thing you have to remember with Amazon comments is that most of the people who leave Amazon comments are insane people. They're like crazy, crazy people. And if you ever see if someone posts their photo with a product that they purchased and they do like a weird fashion shoot, it's very strange. Once you start to think about it, the people leaving bad, horrible reviews on Amazon are probably crazy people. Because I don't know anyone who's ever left a review, really. I've never left a review on an Amazon thing. I would say I rarely ever left a comment on anything. But the thing I have to keep in mind to stay sane is that the person writing this is probably having a bad day and they're looking to take somebody else down, or they're unstable and they bought pillowcases and a sheet set that they didn't like, and so they had a bipolar meltdown and posted this crazy review about how a mouse attacked them at night and the sheet didn't protect them, and now they've got rat marks on their feet, or whatever the chaos is. But so I just read just a couple examples. I thank you guys for all the comments. The crazier, the better. I read them all. And sometimes I kind of go, oh my God, let me just back away slowly from this one. But it's all good. I don't let it bug me. You shouldn't either, because like I said, the people leaving the most comments, especially on Twitter or Facebook, they're all crazy. Everyone's having like personal problems. And they're kind of screaming at their TV into a box on Facebook or Twitter. They see something they hate and they rant and rave about it. And it's like, just back away. Back away from the comment and step away from the computer. So that's it. That was Comments Day. I hope everyone's doing well out there. It is a beautiful day outside. I just went for a hike, which is why I'm kind of sweaty. But who cares? It's Saturday, July 9th, and we're alive. Hey, I didn't say I could play the guitar. Boy, if anybody recognizes that song, post it in the comments. That's an oldie but a goodie. I'll tell you about that band another time. A band called Re-Wake. All right, I got stuff to do, people to see. I'm going to drink a Monster Energy drink. I came into this with no beverage. So we'll do a pretend coffee cheers on the way out with an iPhone. iPhone cheers. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Same place, same channel. And until then, I will see you in the future. I'm kidding around when I do this stuff. So let's just read some comments and piss the whole day away. Let's read some comments today.